What's good? What's good? So I'm gonna tell you all, give you all a little knowledge. Hopefully, it's not too deep, but it's cool because if it's meant to reach you, it'll reach you. And if not, then it's just not your timing. So, I'll start it like this. I got this tattoo, right? And I was stuck at this job I hated for like 9 years. Even that, for those of you that know, that number 9 has a lot of significance too. But so 9 years I stayed at this job, and so I got this tattoo that basically, I got it from that movie The Matrix. It says "Know Thyself," right? But it's in Latin, but the original is in Greek. So even before that movie, I already knew that saying. It's in everything from the Bible to Greek philosophy. Even Tupac said it in a song when I was little. I remember listening to it, where he said, "Know thyself." So everything, but the Greek one was the one that stood out to me, because in Greek it says, "Know thyself, and you will know the secrets of the gods and of the universe." And it happens to be, as you're walking into this temple, the oracle, it has it over the doorway. It says it on there, right? So when I saw it in The Matrix, it's funny because that's how they put it, right? He goes to see the oracle, and it's over the doorway. So these guys did their homework, in the way they used it, right? So I got it right here on my arm. So every time I look down at it, especially as I was loading trucks or whatever, it would remind me, because everyone, even when I left that job, everyone was like, why would you? It's such a good job, it pays. But I was miserable, right? Know thyself. I knew, me, I was more music or creative shit, right? I used to be at that job sometimes thinking of blowing my brains out because I was so miserable being stuck. Didn't make sense. Like, we're not all the same, obviously. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as that aspect, we're not all the same. So, let me see, what was I gonna say? Okay, so that always starts off conversation, right? What does that tattoo mean? Because people can't read it because it's in Latin, right? So, I tell them that, know thyself. So that's everything about life. They knew that. The philosophers of old. And so what I'm gonna get into now is about the earth, right? So basically, all we are as humans is mini earths, right? We are basically, our body is about the same ratio of land to water, to salt water. That's how our body is made up. That's the composition of our body, right? It's about the same amount. Like the earth has land mass and water. That's how we're made up. So, it's equal that, right? And so even us, right? When we get sick, what happens when we get sick? Our body starts shaking. You might throw up. You might have the fucking runs. You know what I mean? I was trying not to cuss, but that's one bad word. I'll say another one. But so all this stuff happens to our body to tell us there's something wrong. And then what happens? Our body builds defenses, right? It doesn't build them; they're already there, really. And they just start attacking, the infection, the virus, whatever it is, naturally. So what's happening right now with the earth is, you got these, infection that's bringing destruction to the earth. And the earth, there's those of us that have been activated. Like people always used to ask me about the Standing Rock situation. I couldn't help it. I was pulled over there. It kept me up at night. Something was drawing me to there. Like, it wouldn't, you'd be surprised. There were people that sold their houses just to go. Like, it was insane. Because the earth activated us. There was no, just like those sounds. You think they have a choice? You think they say, well, I don't feel like fighting this virus right now. No, they activate and they attack. that's what they were made for. You know, like, for example, I know here on Earth, you know, us as humans, we're supposed to be having this free will and stuff, and which we do. Obviously, we make a choice, but once you learn to listen, then you kind of say, well, that's why I'm here, you know? That's why I came here this time around, you know? But that's all we are, you know what I'm saying? Since there's all these Tupac fans, it's like how he said, we are soldiers in God's eyes. Now it's time for war, you know what I'm saying? That's all we are. We all have a purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's hard to understand because they fight to keep us in that way, because, you know, it just goes deeper and deeper. But understand that, you know, that's all we are. We're the mini earth, you know. So as they're drilling for oil, even oil, right? Oil is just the lubrication of the earth. They gave you all this bullshit about, oh, it comes from the fossils and bullshit. It's literally the blood, like the lubrication of the earth. I mean, maybe in part the blood. I don't really think it's the blood. I think it's more like the lubrication of the earth, right? It's what keeps. That's why when they started fracking, there's even more earthquakes, because it's like, imagine your bones rubbing joint, like bone against bone, once the cartilage is gone and all that. So that's what they're doing when they're taking out the oil. The earth is gonna start getting worse for all those people like fucking retards that don't realize, because they didn't ever stop to pick up a book or become connected with nature or whatever, right? But just remember, that's all we are. You know, we're mini earths. So the same thing you would do to your body, that's the same respect we gotta have for the earth, right? It's building, obviously, like its own, it's activating its own warriors to come up and fight against the threat. Because imagine, if your body's sick, what's the ultimate, where does it end? Like, all these medicines or different things that they try to create, where would it end? In death. So when people think like, it's the earth, it'll fix itself or whatever, like, it's being destroyed at an alarming rate to where it might become, see, like the earth itself will probably still be here, but it will be uninhabitable. So the life, maybe for thousands or millions of years, won't be able to sustain the amount of life that's sustainable at this point right now. You know, I know I did a lot of, like, I went back and forth, I think, but hopefully that explains why we're here and some of you have been activated. And it's scary, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, hey, feel honored, you know what I mean? You're one of the earth's warriors. It's your purpose, you know what I mean? And you can still deny that purpose. You can still decide not to do it. And maybe that'll be like when you go, move on, and you meet with the creator, whoever you pleaded with to send you here, and then they're gonna be like, well, you didn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's probably something you're gonna have to deal with after you fail to do what you're meant to do. So you can fight it. It is free will. But you'll feel it, you know, if you've been activated, which I've met tons of people that I know were. And so that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So you're fighting that, you know what I mean? It's like the earth, I mean, we're the earth, you know? You know, the throwing up is like similar to, you know, tsunamis or different things going on, you know? Alright, peace.
Yeah. You know. When I was young, I used to have these crazy dreams, you know. There was this figure, this long white hair, you know, and he used to take me and show me things, you know, about the world, you know, and told me this right here. He said, check it out.
The world won't understand you. Hey, but it's okay. Said the world won't understand you, 'cause I made you in my own way. Said the world won't understand you, 'cause I made you different apart from everyone. They won't understand you, 'cause I made you special, my son. Yeah, my son. I walked with God, where giants roam. I know you wouldn't understand it, but check it, now this ain't my home. I don't belong with these chumps up in this rap game, and I never shook this code of honor that I got until this day. I stay vivid with my thoughts, never seen Jesus walk, but I've seen God face to face, and that even counts for something. Yeah, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, God of many nations that are still killing each other until this very day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sometimes you're just feeling it, you know what I'm saying? You're just feeling it. And I wanna feel this way forever.